All right. Okay, folks. Good
Right.
to see everybody today. What do we got
Saturday
going on, brother
morning. Well, hey, guess what time it is, Joel?
What time is it, Keith?
It is time once again for Smack and Jack Live.
Okay.
From
Yay.
that's
the
lovely
cause for
but
all the
chilly
confusion. Yay.
Southern Chester County and Somerset Studios.
Yeah.
So I'm ready with my coffee. Are you ready? I think everybody else is ready, so let's get this show
I
on
think
the
we
road.
better get started. So now you got to turn that off, and I'm going to hit this up here, and let's just see what happens with our introduction. All right?
All right, we'll be back in a second.
That's it. Listen closely, folks. All right, so again, we have a nice sound. We have a nice soundboard.
Yes.
I've already replaced the electric, adapter one time. It's a Radio Shack soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this particular adapter is junk because this is
Yeah.
the second one we've had, and it is basically crapping out on us just like the first one did. So, as if we don't have enough
take it apart
to worry about already.
Cut into it and
Yeah, I see our live streams kind of in and out over there too.
well, anyway, we're gonna get started. Happy Leap Day, Joel.
Yay!
The next, and I know you did your research, the next time Smack and Jack is going to be on February 29th is 5,062.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. 5,062.
Nice. 5,062. So if everybody's still around then, we'll see you bright and early for,
yes. I'm going to be around.
for Smack and
I'm
Jack.
going to be cryogenically preserved. Got some sad news passed along. A buddy of mine passed this week. I just wanted to mention. Friend Harry. He was a really cool dude. He lost his battle to cancer this week. Nobody's ever old enough to not be with us. So, and he went too soon.
Yeah,
Very nice
so
dude.
we got
Yeah, there's Harry. Yeah,
Picture of Harry here.
I forgot we had that.
Yeah.
1952, 11 years before I was born. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. Welcomed everybody in with open arms. He was just he looks a little scary, but I tell you, the dude was he was just a warm guy.
A big teddy bear, right?
Yeah. And so he's up there riding his bike with Jesus right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Our
So,
condolences to the family.
Yes.
It's young.
Yes, it is
It's
young.
young time. So
Hopefully, this isn't an every week thing. I think 2 weeks ago we lost our uncle.
yeah.
And it seems like this year, the last few months, we're losing a lot of people. So.
Well, we are Smack and Jack, and we just kind of bring you life,
Yes, right.
right?
Yes,
and
yes,
and
that's
life
right.
happens, and
Yes.
life comes and goes.
Yes, right.
So, all right.
Something a little lighter, actually not a lot heavier. Remember the old band
something.
years ago, Decontrol?
I thought they were out of control.
Yeah, well,
but
they were out of control. It was a
Decontrol.
little
Got
band
it.
I was in when I was a kid, and they're still playing around here and there. And they're doing a 40th year reunion tour, and they asked me to do a couple of songs with them. So I'm going to do that. The arthritis is really acting up. So we used to be loud, fast, and angry. Well, we're going to get the loud part down. We're not going to be fast anymore. And quite frankly, I don't know why we were angry back in the day.
Right? What did you have to be angry about?
Right. We
30
lived
years
in the
ago?
suburbs 40 years ago.
40
and
years ago.
I wanted for nothing other than my own bedroom, maybe,
That's true. Well, that's something to be very angry about.
and maybe stay up to watch Charlie's Angels once in a while. But by the time we got in the band, it was
all by yourself, of course.
Yes, yeah. Where's the wah-wah? Yeah. Mom, you want to go to bed? I got to watch Charlie's Angels. Mom just doesn't understand. So anyway, I'm doing that on my birthday down at Connie's Rick Rack, I think it's called, down in Philly, Southville. I think it's right around Gino's Pizza, Gino's Steaks. And a couple of our guys, a buddy of mine, Mike from The Prisoners, and a couple other bands I don't know are going to be playing some Decontrol songs. So if you're out and about, check it out. It's going to be loud. It's going to be different.
Because that's what Decontrol was, right? It's
And 40 years from now, I don't think I'll be playing drums at all anymore. So
you won't be playing for
I won't be playing
the
for
next
anybody.
Leap Day.
No. All right, 20 or what I say, 5,000 something or other. So,
all right, so let's move on. I see we've been having some
pretty good, Brad. Very good. Yes.
We've been having some video interruptions.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but
anyway, well, let's move along.
Just like life happens, Smack and Jack happens.
Smack and Jab happens.
Yeah.
Smack and
Okay, so we have a little segment, our Save the Smack and Jack Earth.
Oh, good.
And today we're going to talk, just give a few brief points about plastic bags.
Okay.
We're talking primarily about those plastic bags that you get at the supermarket.
Right.
You go to Wawa, you get a snack, they give you a plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to say that just last night at Wawa, I said, no, I will take my bottle of water and my giant M&Ms without the carrying plastic bag.
Okay.
Yeah, I said no plastic for me. All right, let's find out why I'm such on this kick. Actually, we went to...
Now, transversely, and I've got to change my habits, too. Everybody's got to change my habits. I go into Wawa, and I get a cup of coffee, and I get to the car, and I don't have a napkin. I go back in, and I get a napkin, and I say, can I have a bag for my napkin?
And could you please double bag it?
Double bag it, because, heavens forbid the napkin rips through the bag.
Exactly. It makes it such a mess in the parking lot. All right. So being down at the aquarium last week, there was the Baltimore Aquarium, and it's called the National Aquarium, but they had quite a display about what happens to these plastic bags. Mm-hmm. So I thought, let's do a little segment on that because Barbara had suggested that our viewer Barbara, good friend, has suggested that we do some environmental segments on the show. So I thought, let's do a little bit more about a plastic bag. All right. What can we do here? All right. So let's get to our screen share here. And all right. So just a few facts about plastic bags. All right. We're going to go through this quickly because we need to keep moving today. Every second, 160,000 plastic bags are used around the world. That's every single second. Altogether, it adds up to 1 trillion plastic bags being used every year.
Wow.
So keep that number in mind. 160,000 plastic bags are used around the world every second. That's a lot of Wawas.
Yeah, sure
The
is.
amount of petroleum it takes to produce one plastic bag could drive a car 11 meters or 36 feet. It might not seem far, but it adds up quickly. The amount of petroleum it takes to produce 10 plastic bags could drive a car the length of a football field. It certainly adds up. Factor in the point above, and we're talking about some pretty huge distances. So just think about that. Think about this number back here, 160,000 plastic bags every second. And then think about how far you could drive a car on 10 plastic bags. Now, last night I took out my calculator and started to do some math, and within like 30 seconds, my calculator wouldn't go high enough.
Yes.
The numbers were just too staggering. Yep. Okay? So moving on, a plastic bag is used on average of 12 minutes. 12 minutes. After its 12 minutes of use, it's generally discarded. In fact, less than 3% of plastic bags are recycled worldwide. Once discarded, plastic bags will remain in the environment for 1,000 years before they decompose. And as they're decomposing, what's in them that's decomposing, like petroleum and all these other, right? Yes. All these horrible byproducts.
Yep.
267 species of animals have been affected by marine debris. We know this isn't specifically about plastic bags, but 90% of marine debris is one kind of plastic or another. So there's been studies. This is an older, I think this is like the 2015 study. And they have found whales where their bellies are completely filled with plastic bags. Just, because they scoop up food and, after it's 12 minutes of use, we already did that one, right? Okay. And we already did that one. I think I went backwards. Okay. So, folks, and I'm going to try working on this myself. When you go to the store, think about...
So even, you said that about whales, all this plastic. I guess that stuff doesn't, even though it doesn't digest in the system, it doesn't pass through the system either.
Yeah, it just
sits there.
Just sits there.
And it must...
Yeah.
I would imagine it's got to shorten the life of the... Especially animals.
Yeah.
And, fish.
So when you go to the store, either don't use bags that they give you, or bring a reusable bag.
Right,
We've been doing that more. Stephanie's been doing it a lot more at home. So.
And municipalities are going to start charging. I think Westchester is going to start charging per bag.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, and I work at the wine store at night, and a lot of times somebody buys a couple bottles, and I double bag because you don't want it to break because the bag's cheaper than replacing the bottle, so forth, so on. And you think about that. How many in my 4 or 5 hours I'm there at night? How many bags
you
I give away?
Now, do you use all plastic bags? Or they have paper bags?
They have paper bags as well.
Yeah.
And I guess paper's good, but I did hear something about even paper. A corn cob, just left on the ground. It takes 40 years for that to decompose.
Wow.
So that's an organic product, which paper is. So there's still. And paper's been processed, so I imagine that'll take longer to break down than an actual piece of vegetable. So
we're in a hard place here, right?
Yeah,
we've come so far, but we have so far to go to get back to what's good for nature.
Yes, and keeping things light. If everybody recycles 2 bags a week, I won't feel quite as bad as getting 9 miles to the gallon on my brand new new Japanese pickup truck.
Help out Keith here.
Yes,
just help him out. Okay. So Barbara, I see we interrupted again. It looks like we're kind of going in and out. What the reason for that is?
Is that the
today?
whole picture, or is that the sound? Or
the video has been stopping.
Hey, Karen. Okay.
But it's recording. This will be up later today.
Okay.
It'll also be on our YouTube channel if you want to watch the whole thing uninterrupted.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So moving on, procrastination.
Let's get to that later.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
See,
we'll do that next week here.
Procrastination.
All right, so procrastination, folks. I think all of us suffer from procrastination in some way or
and
another.
If your last name starts with an L and ends with a Enderman, you probably have it a lot.
You're chronic.
Yeah, chronic
procrastination.
Sufferer.
All right, so essentially procrastinating is putting off something that you should start, obviously sooner than you end up starting.
Right, yes.
And the interesting about procrastination is that the more you put off, the more stressed you get about doing something.
Yes.
However, once you start whatever it is that you've been procrastinating, then you build momentum in that project, and you don't want to stop it.
Right.
Okay.
Yes,
so you've probably done that before too. We've all done that. We've experienced. We finally get started. Okay, now I know what I need to do. I know what my goals are, and you have direction. I think for me, a lot of times I procrastinate because I'm not exactly sure how I want to do something. And just like anything else, once you get started, you have to get started on something to kind of start bringing yourself into focus. Okay.
Right.
So let's go through a few slides of what procrastination is, and then a couple points on how we can help ourselves get out of the procrastination cycle.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Sit tight, folks. Okay, why do we procrastinate? Okay, this is from a scientific guide on how to stop procrastinating by James Clear. The best way to understand this by imagining that you have 2 selves. Imagine having 2 of you.
Wow.
Your present self and your future self. When you set goals for yourself, like losing weight or writing a book or learning a language, you are actually making plans for your future self. You are envisioning what you want your life to be like in the future. Researchers have found that when you think about your future self, it is quite easy for your brain to see value in taking actions with long-term benefits. The future self values long-term rewards. So that's easy to think of yourself in the future because you want to do this, this, and this. However, while the future self can set goals, only the present self can take action. When time comes to make a decision, you are no longer making a choice for your future. Now you're in the present moment, and your brain is thinking about your present self. Okay? Researchers have discovered that the present self really likes instant gratification, not long-term payoff. Okay? So, examples. Many young people know that saving for retirement in their 20s and 30s is crucial, but the benefit of doing so is decades off. So it's far easier for the present self to value buying a new pair of shoes than socking away, pardon the pun, socking away $100 for your 70-year-old you. This is one reason why you might go to bed feeling motivated to change your life, but when you wake up, you find yourself falling back to your old patterns. Your brain values long-term benefits when they are in the future, but it values immediate gratification when it comes to the present moment. Okay, so instead of losing weight, you're going to do that tomorrow, but today you're going to have a donut.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Like
yes.
maybe after our show, we'll have a nice spread of different right?
Accoutrement.
Okay, so here's a couple suggestions on how maybe to get yourself out of the procrastination gridlock, right? At the end of each workday, write down the 6 most important things you need to accomplish tomorrow. Do not write down more than 6. Okay?
Good.
Prioritize those 6 items in the order of their true importance. Okay? What needs to be done first? What can go second? When you arrive tomorrow, when you get to your work tomorrow, or when you wake up, whatever, concentrate on only the first task. Work until the first task is finished before moving on to the second task.
And let me interrupt.
Sure.
Interject there. That's my problem. I get distracted by other things I need to do, and I tend to sometimes veer off before finishing that first chore, task, or whatever.
To do something else.
Yes.
And then you can't remember what you were doing.
Right. And then I start to get real confused. And it sounds funny, but that's something I struggle with.
Yeah. It is it's definitely a struggle for me. At school, I have different things I need to do, and then I find myself jumping up, doing this over there. Oh, I have to do that, right? And then
instead of finish,
next thing I know, the kids are walking in the door. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even ready for you yet.
Yep.
All right, repeat this process every working day, and I will say repeat it, and I think that's the end of our slideshow. But repeat it for home as well. It doesn't need just to be what you do at work.
Oh, sure.
But write your list down of things that you need to do at home. And that goes back to keeping a list of things, keeping your note card, keeping your little book, keeping something. I often keep a little index card in my pocket and write down things that I need to do.
Yeah, it's good because when you write things down, you remember them.
Yeah,
more than just a mental note.
Exactly,
yes.
And that's what I read in all these self-help books about improving yourself, whatever it is you want to improve. Write down your goals. Write down things that you need to do because it does internalize it.
Okay.
So
now another thing, like I thinking now I can write down everything I need to do today in my shop. I normally have more things to do than I can do in the day. So what's that? Bring depression into the thing, or do you make the list that you can finish? Or
well, I think according to that you write your list down of what you need to do today,
right?
And what you don't get done today, you put that onto the list for tomorrow, so that it's still on the list, and then you're prioritizing.
Okay, so it's okay if you don't get everything done.
Yeah, yeah, but you have your list, so then that mentally kind of satisfies you. There are many times where I'm kind of like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? And I'm stressed out because I know I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'm not doing anything.
Right. Yep. Yes.
So, all right.
Okay.
So, that
very good.
Very good. All right, folks. I think it's time
deep.
to.
Wow.
I know.
We probably saved over the course of our audience today. We probably saved $10,000 to $12,000 of therapy for our.
How about that?
Yeah. So if we charged everybody hey, look, they're all disappearing.
All right,
let's move on.
If you're getting any value whatsoever,
or even if you're getting no value, you're here watching.
No value, absolutely. Please go ahead and smack the like button or love
the button.
The love
comment,
button.
yes.
Yeah,
please
don't forget
share.
to check out
Get your friends
smackandjack.com.
into watching the show because we love doing it.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I missed you last week, Joel. I did. It's like got up. It's like, wow, I can sleep an extra 15 minutes, but I didn't need the extra 15 minutes. I needed the show. And,
it was a sad morning last week. All right, moving on. We're gonna pose for our picture here.
Okay.
All right, and this is where I take the screenshot and use it as our thumbnail.
Now we're doing this live. Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right. One more time.
Well, 3, 2, 1.
All right. That's
very good. Bravo.
Very good.
It's time for jokes.
See which ones makes it into the.
It's time for jokes.
And where do the jokes come from this week?
Of course. We're going all out. We're going to go deep into the Jokepedia.
And you went all the way out to Wisconsin to find this?
Me? No. I sent our research team out there.
Oh, right. Our research team. Right. Okay.
A team member.
Uncle Brad was
went all the way out to Wisconsin.
All right. So it is an imported joke book. Okay.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, you ready with the little drum going on over there?
They're out of whack for some reason today.
There we go. All right, they are all tuned up and ready to go. All right, folks. Now, don't drink any coffee right now because you're liable to
go all over the place.
Spew it all over.
Let's have it.
Talk about directions. Okay, joke number 1. What made the newspaper blush?
What?
It saw the comic strip.
Oh! Very good. I like that one.
Number 2. Why was the dresser embarrassed?
Why?
Its drawers fell down.
Oh!
All right, number 3. Why was the nail so unhappy?
Oh, sorry. A little too close to the... Do that again.
Why was the nail so unhappy?
Why?
The carpenter kept hitting it on the head.
Oh, very good. Very good.
What nail does a carpenter hate to hit?
The finish nail?
Her thumbnail.
Oh!
Last one, folks. This one you can use all around the family, okay? What did the refrigerator say to the milk?
What?
Now don't get fresh with me. Jokepedia!
Very good. Very good.
Now it's
very
cue.
good.
All right, now our audience cue card is up.
All right.
Clap.
Big applause. All right.
We have anybody on the
really
trivia
missing
today?
this thing.
I know. I have to look on eBay for another one of those things. You know what? Because those electric biscuit things, they're not like universal in any way.
No, none of them are.
I've got about 50 of them at home, and none of them fit that board.
And I'm not an electrician, but I could guarantee that they're all the same exact amperage, wattage, or whatever coming out of the thing. It's just the plug is all different.
Can't find any of them at home to fit that. Okay, so let's go on to our trivia.
Okay.
Okay, folks. Once again, when we do trivia, if you could do us the favor of putting down trivia 1, put number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, and that will just help us in response. Because as we discovered last week,
answer, yes.
some of our viewers were way behind the video. Now, interestingly enough, let's just go back here for a second. Sorry. What I've discovered is the video can be, seconds, if not a minute behind.
Yes.
However, the comments are almost in real time.
Right. I think Barbara mentioned something.
Yes.
And it took me a while to figure out what she was talking about.
Exactly. Me too. Right. So the video could be like a minute behind, but the actual comment part of it is just like a regular Facebook post.
Yes.
Okay. So that can be almost in real time where the video is way behind.
So it's almost like you would think that this is all being sent at the same time, but it's not.
It's like on two
there's
different...
less data in the text, so that goes quickly.
So that goes fast.
Video.
Yeah. So if that's happening to you, just be patient and play along. It's fun to play along.
Yes.
All right. So let's get to our video.
If we talk slower, no, that's not going to work either.
No. All right, Keith, go ahead. Number 1.
In Roman mythology, Veritas is the goddess of what?
Okay, so that's number 1. Put down your answer.
I can't believe
for
I
number
actually. In Roman mythology, Veritas is the goddess of what?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Good reading there, my friend. All right.
The Hershey Company, commonly known as Hershey, was founded in which U.S. state? Now, if you guys don't know that,
yeah, come on, folks.
we're going to have to go back to school. The Hershey Company, commonly known as Hershey, was founded in which U.S. state?
Okay, so that is number 2.
Number 3. Now, I'm not going to get this. Rob Pilatus and Fabrice Morvan were better known as 1980s musical group. What 1980s? Oh, I know.
Good with that one?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Number 4, are we up to?
Yeah, number 4. Number 4.
Who served as the first and third president of the Republic of Texas? President. First and third. I didn't know there was a republic. Did you?
Well, it sounds familiar. All right. Last. Let's go with one more. So that was 4. This is number 5.
Okay. 1983. What 2 NBA teams set the record for the highest scoring regular season game with a final score of 186 to 184?
Yeah, you have to read a little bit louder, dude.
Oh, I thought you were trying to
again.
speed me up. It's
Well,
like, man,
no,
that's
it's-
about as quick as...
You're getting softer.
All right, 1983, what two NBA teams set the highest scoring regular season game with a final score of 186, 184?
Never mind. Don't read so loud.
Hey! Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Last one.
All right,
Last
we got a
one. I
couple.
think this is
Are we
what?
gonna- one
This
more?
might
Okay.
be number 6 or
6,
7.
yes.
I can't remember.
When used in the kitchen, sodium bicarbonate is more commonly known as what? And I know this because I cook very often.
Okay, very good. You in your kitchen.
Yeah, in my kitchen. Have you seen my kitchen? It's right next to my toilet. Some people call it a sink.
Okay,
all right.
let's. We'll come back to those responses in just a minute. How about we do our this day in history?
Okay, yes. Right. We do have a couple of things.
Today is a
this
leap
in
day.
history.
Remember, February 29th.
This day,
We got our
we didn't do them in the very beginning.
the,
Well,
leap,
that's
the
okay.
leap day facts.
The leap day facts. Yeah,
we
well,
can-
anyway,
we can
let me
throw
go
that
back.
in.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We were going to do that first thing. But anyway, this day in 0045, the first leap day is recognized by proclamation of Julius Caesar. Under the old Roman calendar, the last day of February was the last day of the year.
You know, I wonder if in 0045, when they wrote out checks, did they have to like cross out those zeros so that somebody didn't put like a 1 in front?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
trying to do all that
Because
stuff.
we're finding out about that now. Yeah, but back in the day, even though they were chiseling.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah. Oh, look, somebody put a 1 in front of that. Those silly Romans.
All right, what else you got?
Okay, 1972. Hank Aaron becomes the first baseball player. This is 1972. Henry Aaron. Hank Aaron becomes the first baseball player to sign a baseball contract of $200,000 a year.
wow, can you imagine that?
First,
200,000?
and that's 50. That's 48 years ago.
There are people playing baseball now that make that every time they go up to bat.
And and there's probably baseball players that get paid that much that never walk onto the field.
Oh, that's probably lower than the base salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
know,
scrub players. I know.
yeah.
Brad, you know what the base salary for baseball players is?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Anyway.
Yeah, 48 years ago. Yeah. 1952, the first pedestrian don't walk sign were installed at 44th Street and Broadway in Times Square.
Huh.
1952. That's
So that would be one of those electric.
Yeah, walk. Yeah, the
Yeah,
signs walk, don't walk things. Huh.
Interesting. In 1952.
1952.
Huh? All right.
1968, the Beatles win a Grammy Award for their album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. 1968.
Nice.
Was 50 years ago today. So I think it's something like that. And you know this. You know Jimmy Dorsey.
Yeah. Okay.
Was born this day, 1904.
Wow.
The jazz great Jimmy Dorsey band leader. Born this day, 1904.
Nice. Good job, man.
Jimmy Dorsey band. Yeah, that was like who played for the
clarinet or the trombone, right?
well, the clarinet, the guy that played for him before he started his own band.
Herman? Woody Herman?
Woody, I believe, is that him, Woody Herman?
Woody Herman? He was a clarinet player. But Jimmy Dorsey and Tommy Dorsey, I think.
Oh, right, there was two. Okay.
One was clarinet, one was trombone, I think.
Okay.
Maybe somebody else knows that.
Yep. I was
Again,
reading a bit of this stuff. Gene Krupa, remember Gene Krupa?
Yep.
These guys all started out with certain band leaders, and
Yeah.
they kind of branched
Yep.
off and
Yep.
made their own
Yep.
bands, big bands.
so another example of fine
Oh, well, let's do this again.
cut and paste
Oh, yeah,
by Brother
yeah.
Keith. It's kind of funny because he prints all this stuff out, and then he goes over this paper cutter. It's like a guillotine over
It
there.
is. It's 100
And we
year
hear
old.
and he cuts out these little tiny strips here.
Well, heaven forbid I do with a razor blade and the cut line's all out of whack.
Right.
Oh,
Let's get back to our trivia answers, and we have to get out of here.
Give me a second here. We've got. All right. Let's start
Yeah, I
with
see
number
it.
one.
Benny Goodman. Okay.
Benny Goodman. That's who
who
I
you're
was-
talking
yeah,
about.
yes,
Benny Goodman.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So they're all kind of in the same era there. Benny
Yeah.
Goodman, Woody Herman,
Benny
Dorsey's,
Goodman, yep.
Dorsey Brothers, all that stuff.
Yeah, Benny Goodman, yes.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
do. Yeah, Brad's saying it's more than 200,000 a year for the baseball players, right? The base salary.
What is it? It is more.
He said it's more than
Yeah,
200. Yeah, I would say that too. That's
Wow. That's,
still a staggering number.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
So anyway, where are we here? Why can't I
Well,
hear myself?
everybody's got cell phones they got to pay for.
There we go. That is true. That is true. And they do have to spend their time, a lot of time tweeting and on social media, making sure that they can rouse their fans and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get back to our trivia answers, and then we'll get out of here because we have successfully wasted yet another morning.
Half hour.
Of a good number of people's
We're
time.
working on wasting the second half hour of your morning.
We are well into
My coffee's cold. Is your coffee cold?
Just about. All right, let's figure out what the answers to these
Go ahead, you read it, and I'll look to see
are.
who we have here.
All right, so in Roman mythology, Veritas is the goddess of what? Do we have any responses for number one?
Barbara says truth.
Ooh, okay. So
Veritas.
number one, we have truth.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here. Yeah,
oh, very good.
Nice
very
job,
good,
Barbara. Yeah. Give it up for Barbara. Okay, give Barbara a love. Let's see if I can do that right now. I'm gonna give Barbara a love on that answer. Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yep. I just went over and did it.
Good.
Yep. Good
job.
job.
Yep,
Barbara.
I saw it. Yep.
Okay. So number two. Now this is the one that you were gonna give a detention to anybody who has this one incorrect.
Yeah, right,
okay?
right. And we only have two answers. We don't have a big crowd today, but only two
here.
answers. Number two.
Number two, the Hershey Company, commonly known as Hershey's, was founded in which U.S. state?
Barbara and Brad say
Pennsylvania. We have Pennsylvania. Okay. Now, I'm thinking Pennsylvania, too. I'm wondering if it's different than Pennsylvania. Here we go.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania!
Oh!
Yeah! Bravo.
All right.
Bravo. I'm going to give a love to Barbara here. And
Brad,
let's give one to Brad.
Brad got it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Good job. Do we have anybody else had that response? Don't want to miss anybody here. Okay. Let's move on. All right. Rob Pilatus, I don't know, and Fabrice. Fabrice is the name of dad next to us. That's Amelie's dad's name.
Oh,
Fabrice.
yeah.
Rob Pilatus and Fabrice Morvan were better known as the 1980s musical group
Milli Vanilli.
All I can think is Milli Vanilli. Who else is a duo?
I think because of Fabrice.
Did anybody have a number three?
I don't
down
have.
there? We don't have any threes down. Okay, let's see here. All right, answer is Milli Vanilli.
Oh,
yeah,
very good.
Bravo,
yeah.
Brother Keith. Now, if you would put in your response,
right, I should have.
I would have given you a love. All right. Who served as the first and third president of the Republic of Texas? Who do we have here? Not Benny Goodman.
What number are we on?
I think we're on number 4, right?
Well, Barbara says Austin.
I do see Austin here. And there is an Austin, Texas, right?
Yeah, well, maybe.
So this all makes sense.
Let's
Answer is Sam Houston.
Oh, very well. That's close. I see where you're going.
Yeah,
okay.
All right, let's give a love to that. That was a
yeah.
very well thought out answer. Okay, Sam Houston.
And then when the Alamo happened, they called Sam and said, "Houston, we have a problem."
The jokes never stop here, folks.
Oh, that was horrible. I'm surprised that Alamo was in Texas.
In 1983, what two NBA teams set the record for the highest scoring regular season game with a final score of 186 to 184? That is just a staggering score. I guess I vaguely remember that. Here we go. Nuggets and Detroit Pistons.
Okay,
Denver
good. Nobody
Nuggets,
got that, but that's,
Yeah. All right. When used in the kitchen, sodium bicarbonate is more commonly known as what? And
baking soda, we got a couple of them.
Yep,
Barbara,
we see
Brad.
Baking soda here. I'm going to love that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to love this one here. Let's find out what the answer is.
Is it baking soda? Oh, I was going to say baking powder.
I think it might be baking soda.
Okay, that's what.
Yep, baking soda.
Okay, very good.
Bravo, folks. Bravo. I think that is it.
That's it. Very good. Thanks, guys.
Even though Keith does work in the kitchen quite a bit, he fell a little short on that. The one
that
question,
I knew.
Yeah, that you kind of thought.
Although
we do know the Hershey one too.
Yes, there's a follow-up question. What is baking powder?
What is baking powder?
Sodium bicarbonate. Did I say sodium bicarbonate?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that kind of gives it away. Baking soda, baking powder. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's about it.
Yeah, that is it.
Thanks
folks.
once again, guys, for stopping by. Quiet morning, but still we had a lot of stuff going
sorry for the. I know that I'm guaranteeing that a few people jumped off when we started having glitches.
Yeah. Karen was on
thank
earlier.
you.
Yeah.
That's even a bigger thank you to those who stuck with us on the show.
Yep.
It doesn't take much to have somebody just keep scrolling on, right?
Yeah.
A couple glitches.
I mean, there's so many good shows on, like Smack and Jack. John digs a hole in his backyard. Did you ever see that show?
We're
Great.
always up
30
against the
minutes
greats.
of digging
Yeah.
a hole. And I get kind of stuck on that. I watch it on repeat. Of course,
Is that what you exactly right?
Because we're what? Is that
what you
I'm
watched
doing
last
now?
week?
Yes, right.
No, this show's called Keith Digs a Hole.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Okay,
all right.
so we are going to
We're
go
getting
ahead
out of
and
here.
start
Thanks for
getting
stopping by. We're going to be by
ourselves
next
outta
week.
here.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
From the Somerset
That's the
Studios.
introduction.
What's
I'm
this?
going to mute the
Where the hell
computer.
is? Oh, out. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
watch your language, dude.
Hey, speaking of watching my language,
Yeah,
we have we're working on something with a young viewer.
that is true. More to
one-
come. More to come.
Just leave that at that.
Yeah.
Won a raffle or something like
Yep.
that at your school.
Yep. Little
so
silent
yeah,
auction
we're
going
gonna
on.
have to. This is gonna be. Got to clean this studio up. This
Yeah,
could
we
be
have
a lot of work.
we got a
so.
lot of work to do if we're gonna have like a real
keep
guest.
it- yeah,
I
we're
mean,
gonna-
not that we haven't had real guests before, Brad and Linda, but this is somebody who is
Yes.
is going to be
Yeah, big time, yeah,
guest.
yeah,
Guest.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
So-
okay, how about you hit the outro
There
music
we go.
there?
All right. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next week. And remember, you
yeah.
deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live, and we will see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Jack up your heels and smack down in the face. Check it out, smack down in the face. Jack up your heels and smack down in the face. Check it out, smack down in the face. Jack up your heels and smack down in the face. Check it up, check it up, check it up.